Welcome back to the Crash Bandicoot 2 playthrough. We are in Part 7 and we are properly beginning World 4. Which means we're at the last legs of the game, and also that things are going to start getting slightly bullshit. I'm not sure, but I think Cold Hard Crash might be in this level.
Oh, you're going for it first.
In this part. Oh, here we go. Yeah, I think I decided, yeah, let's just get this over with. But this is the level that's the biggest.
This is the level I hear everybody talking about when it comes to Crash. It's
the biggest headache in the game, simply because of what you have to do to get the gems. Okay, well, we're going to go through the death path, but here's the thing: there's a death path. At the end, there's a clear gem that you have to jump into a pit to get, and that pit takes you to the last area of the level, skipping the entire second half of the 2D section and all of the boxes in it. But there are also boxes in the death path that you need to get for the box gem. So in order to get the box gem, you need to go through the death path and get all the boxes, then backtrack through the death path without getting the gem at the end of the death path, and get to the beginning of the death path without dying. And if you manage that,
get the box that you spawned there.
Yeah, if you manage that.
Wait, a box spawns back at the beginning of a death.
Because there's an exclamation point box near the end that spawns a box at the beginning. So you have to get that box along the way, and then you have to go back down. Then you have to go back onto the platform that you took into the death path and continue the level from where you entered the death path. And God's sake, don't die before you hit a checkpoint, because then you'll have to do it all over again. If you manage to get to the checkpoint, you're probably home free, because all you need to do then is get all the boxes until the end of the level. But that doesn't change the fact that you're going to have to re-enter the level and do the death path all over again to get the gem at the end of the death path.
Yeah, this level has it all, really, in terms of just how bullshit it is in terms of its construction. And then what's probably the most dickish move out of all of them, besides backtracking to the death routes and stuff like that, is just one box in this bonus room that is very easy to miss because it is off screen.
Yeah, it has that too.
It is right there on top of this box right there. That box right there can go fuck itself. I hate that box so much.
It's partly bullshit because Crash 2 doesn't do the thing where Crash 3 does, where it shows you how many boxes you need at the bottom of the screen. So you don't know that you've missed something. And if you know that you've missed something, you can at least suicide and do the bonus level over again.
Well, that would help, but there's no way of knowing how many boxes you should have to be on track at this point. Like, I think there was a Galaxy Star Coin level where they... no, not Star Coin, Purple Coin level. Where they said how many Purple Coins you should have if you've reached this point in the stage. If they had that in these games, that counter would help immensely. But, you know, with it, it's just, okay, I've got 63 out of the 90 boxes. Do I know if I've missed one of the boxes before this and I should have 64? No, you won't know that until you reach the end.
I was mostly talking about in the bonus level, though, where it has a separate counter at the bottom of the screen for those boxes that are in the bonus level, so you know how many you need at the end of the bonus level, which is good because once you've legitimately finished the bonus level, that's the box that spawns, by the way. If you're at the end and you don't have all the boxes, you know you don't have all the boxes. Whereas before that counter was introduced, you don't know how many of the boxes in the overall level count are in the bonus stage or outside the bonus stage. Yeah. You just have to keep doing it until you get it right.
If you have, I also think it helps with just your mindset. Like, if you're in a level and you see the box count is pretty high, I think it puts you in a more explorative mindset to make sure, okay, I'm going to make sure I check every nook and cranny because there are over 100 boxes in this level. So I should be sure to check every corner available. And having 2 Aku Aku Masks at the start of this is paramount to a successful run. Because you get a third one in this and you can just run through all the nitros.
Makes your backtracking a lot easier.
The nitros are the thing that makes backtracking through this a pain in the ass. But another thing that the masks do, it stops all the crushers.
Yeah.
They just turn off.
Oh, I get it. They didn't want to program what would happen if you got crushed when you were invincible, so they just stopped the crushers.
Yeah. Well, if you get hurt when you're invincible, you just sort of bounce as if you got hit by buy a mask with a mask on, but you won't actually lose the mask. But doing that on ice physics would have been kind of chaotic. And could have led to some potential pit deaths.
Time to go back.
We have to go back.
Whoops. Almost blew myself up there.
Are nitro boxes instant KO? No matter how many masks you have? Or
No. If you have a mask, you can bullshit your way through them.
Okay.
Which is helpful for the green gem, but I had an invincibility at that point. Okay. Have I reached a checkpoint since finishing that death path?
Not yet. It's a little further ahead.
Okay, so imagine me with sweaty palms right now.
Yeah. Don't we all get like that?
It's like, just going through the death path itself isn't much of a chore. Like, I can get through the death path with very little trouble, and all you need to do is get to the end and grab that gem. It's the box gem that makes it a bullshit path.
With not necessarily hard games, but with hard parts in games, it's not always the hard parts that get me the most frustrated when I die. Because if I die at like a really hard jump in a Mario game, I'm not too angry because it's an obnoxious jump. But if I die at the Goomba that's right there in the open right after that jump, that's when I get pissed off. Because you mess up at the easy part.
I only really get frustrated when I die if I have to go through a lot of shit to get back to where I was again. And dying before reaching a checkpoint after you successfully run through the death path and backtrack it is obnoxious. This makes me nervous. This makes me very nervous. Can you tell? Don't touch the nitro. I mean, I have a mask. I'll survive, but still.
So you're going to play the stage twice to get the clear jump at the second run through.
Yeah, but the second run through goes a lot faster because the death route skips all of this that we're playing right now.
Yeah.
If you take the path.
And you can't get the oh, so you drop right here and there's no way to even backtrack to those boxes.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, so the entire second half of that side-scrolling section would be gone.
So you can't get everything in this level in one run.
Yeah, you can.
No.
You can.
Yeah, you can.
How do you get that gem without falling down the pit then?
You fall down the pit and you fall down the other pit.
So
Remember, once you ride the death platform, it's active in
at least in the North American version.
In a North American version, once you touch the death rod platform, it doesn't go away.
I didn't even think of suiciding after
getting the gem.
Yeah.
You have to go through the death rod a total of 3 times though if you're gonna do that.
Okay, well, I guess it's better if you can do it in one go, but having to suicide isn't all that much better.
It doesn't really defend it much, but I guess getting to the death path without getting the boxes is actually a pretty fast and painless thing anyway. Because the level isn't that hard, and it's not that long. It's just obnoxious in what you have to do to complete it. Well, that's the bandage ripped off right there. So let's put it back on our face so we can rip it off again. I forget if I go back into Cold Hard Crash immediately or save it for later.
Well, you might as well just get it over with.
Well, I forget what I did. Because either way, I'm going to have to go through it again. But will I go through it right away, or will I do something else for the sake of variety? I don't remember. It's been a while since I've recorded. Hi, Coco.
Crash, where's my battery?
If you don't have much time, why do you waste time saying you don't have much time?
What was that Futurama joke where Bender's like one rock short when he's like, "Hello, my name is Bender."
Bender. Hello to whom it may concern. My name is Bender. I'm wishing you a good day. I am stuck on this island, so please send help. And it gets stuck on the last letter.
Yeah.
It's like, darn, no more rocks.
That's another show I need to watch all the way through, Futurama. I'll probably watch that before I go back to before I try to watch The Simpsons, because significantly less episodes, even if we count just the good ones, quote unquote.
I'm just giving no fucks right now.
Around the same, actually, because Futurama had 10 seasons.
Oh,
yeah.
Really? Oh, I thought it was only like 4 or 5.
And
No,
10,
it got restarted again after a while.
Okay,
but
that's...
it stopped for good though, didn't it?
Yeah.
Oh, no,
Finally
it's
ended.
7. It's 7.
Oh, 7 seasons. Sorry, my bad.
What are considered the good seasons of Simpsons? 3 through, like...
Seasons 3 through
10-ish.
10? Yeah.
Okay, so
around
maybe it is less than...
Yeah.
Maybe it would be easier to watch the good episodes of The Simpsons.
Mind you, Season 2 does have some good episodes.
there. Yeah. Some. But Season 3 is where they really knocked it out of the park.
Okay.
Something I do want to talk about platformer design around this time. A lot of them were non-linear and focused on replaying the same levels over and over again. And the Crash Bandicoot games did that, but I always thought it was less necessary in the Crash games, specifically because they are so goddamn linear in their level design. Because you're always going to be going through the same paths. Whereas in a game like Mario or Gex, you have like 3 different ways to go from where you started, and it's a wide open area. So you're not necessarily playing through the same portion of the level every time. Whereas going through this twice is kind of why. Ow!
Oh, crushing
My
isn't...
knees!
Crushing is just damage. It's not instant death in this.
Yeah, it's a damage thing, surprisingly. You get your dying animation if you have a mask, though.
It's just weird, though, because it's like, what... Crushing is always instant death in, like, almost every other platformer I can think of. Like, I can't think of another platformer where crushing isn't instant death off the top of my head.
Question. Have you guys ever missed the gem on the way down?
Yes.
Yes, I have.
Oh, thank God, I'm not the only one.
No, I only did it once, because every time I make sure I'm in the right Z-axis spot. But...
I decided it was a good idea to slide off the ledge, because, I'm already sliding because of ice physics. Let it carry me to the gem. Oh, I stopped just an inch away from it, and now I'm going straight down.
And ever after you body slam that goddamn gem, just so you wouldn't miss it again. Body slam is good when you want to go straight down through a collectible. Okay.
You see,
well,
that took a significantly less amount of time going through it as opposed to trying to get everything.
Yeah, when you blaze it through a Crash level, they're really short. It's kind of like Sonic levels in that regard. There's a lot to pick up, but and little nooks and stuff you can explore, but not that much in terms of length. Except for certain levels that are obnoxious.
So are you digging it, Lewis?
Yeah. This part is all obnoxious backtracking for gem collection. Apparently, this is going to hurt. This is also the only level I think I've gone through where I've picked up a crystal and not gotten a gem in the same run. Oh, those mines still do the same thing that they did in the chaser levels.
Which honestly makes me question why they're there in the first place.
They're more there for when you're being chased by bees. And
I guess so.
And because when you're trying to negotiate around mines and the bombs those plants throw, it can be kind of obnoxious. If you do hit one of those mines while you're trying to negotiate around the plant bombs, my suggestion is to not hit anything and just let yourself land where the mine was, because there won't ever be a plant bomb that lands in the same spot ever. They always shoot in a pattern at the same spots, and if you watch those patterns, you can very easily jump around the bombs before they explode. It's only really a problem when there are more than one.
I think the hitboxes on the plant bombs are also deceptively large.
Yeah.
So,
But they only hurt you when they explode, so you can walk over them just fine.
Yeah.
It's kind of one of those weird obstacles where you have to stop and figure out how exactly they work if you're going to skillfully dodge them. Wow, this is a wide open space of nothing but boxes. It's like a kleptomaniac's wet dream. Except there are TNT boxes in it. Fuck the TNT. Fortunately, Crash 2 doesn't do that thing that Crash 1 did a lot, where you're expected to get a box that's between two TNT boxes with a very precise jump spin.
Unless you don't care, just bounce on top of the TNT box.
Well, they did that. What they would do in Crash 1 is that they would put TNT boxes with a regular crate smushed between them, and I'm going through this pathway first because that is...
It's the easy path.
Yeah. I don't... It's easier than going to the end of the death path and then backtracking through, I think. Oh, wait, what I'm doing is, I'm going partway through, so I don't have to backtrack the whole way.
Oh, you're getting that checkpoint.
I don't want to have to go face first toward the bees. I don't think.
The bees.
If that's what you're doing... Oh, no, you're going backwards anyway. Oh, no, that's right. You have to go for a certain ahead amount of time to get those few boxes, and then you have to backtrack. There are two ways of doing this. I don't blame you for not doing the other way because you don't want to face the bees. But I think the audio cues are enough to ward them off. Yeah,
if you're precise about it, you can spin them as they come at you, but I'd rather not risk it because that would probably involve having to go through the death path again if I screw
this jump is stupid.
Yeah, that jump right there is deceptively hard. I think it's very possible with a few precise slide jumps to actually get to the death route without taking the platform. If only because you have the rugged terrain on the right side that is pretty similar to the terrain you can jump on in the previous jungle levels that you can use to skip past the pits.
Oh man, I'm getting nervous just watching myself do this. Fuck this jump. You need to slide jump that, but it's hard to tell with the camera pulled back so much how long the pit is. And guess what I need to do all over again since I died in there? I gotta get these boxes again.
Yeah, this is...
and people complain that I don't edit.
This is, Crash 2... You know, while it mitigates a lot of problems that Crash 1 had, it still has its share of some, and the backtracking, my god, it's pretty obnoxious, and this is the worst level with it.
Hmm.
You know, it's like, even like, say something like your favorite game may have that one thing that you really just don't look forward to.
Artifact hunting.
Metroid Prime, being an example, artifact hunting. And you know what? As much as I love Super Metroid, I never look forward to Meridia.
That one thing in Paper Mario where you have to find the Bob-omb dude. Hate that side quest so much.
What happened?
I don't know. I legitimately don't know. It looked like I escaped, and then I didn't, and then it blew up.
Oh wait, that was supposed to happen. Let me activate that for you.
This is giving me more problems than Cold Hard Crash, and I don't know how.
Well, these are the two hardest parts of the game. So.
Yeah.
Well, and they're right next to each other in the fucking warp room. They're like those two next door neighbors that want to kill you. Like, they don't even just hate you
I
because
think
you
should
asked
move.
for sugar too much. They're like, they legitimately want to kill you, and they're just looking for an excuse.
That seems like a very, very dark subversion of the typical sitcom nemesis. Yeah, you know, there's this normal sitcom situation where you hate the guy next door because he's for reasons, but then there's the version where you just like have a murderous rampage against him. That's just... Somebody make that a horror movie. Well, somebody probably has already made that a horror movie. Who am I kidding? I don't know where I was going.
Wasn't there a movie with Samuel L. Jackson as a creepy, stalky neighbor?
I think he was a cop.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
Edit Lewis.
Yes. I have no excuses. I should have cut some of this out, but I don't think I did.
There's a borderline between feeling your pain and just getting a move on.
Let us remind the viewers that this part is more than 25 minutes long. It was lengthy enough without the backtrackiness.
Yeah, I think I let the the short length of the game deceive me into thinking that I didn't have to edit too much.
You deceived me, you whore. But I love you.
I love you, but I hate you. But I love you.
Is the ice cream truck out? That's the ice cream truck.
Ice cream!
Come on, Sonic! Yeah!
It's Mr. Softy. I wish I had $1.
I wouldn't be surprised if you just dished the commentary for a second.
Hey, Mr. Softy, man, that stuff doesn't come around all that often.
Actually, it's all over the place here.
I don't think I've seen one in years in my area.
Mr. Softy is the ice cream truck that always comes around in my area. Like, there's another ice cream truck that serves obnoxiously hard ice cream, and I never get anything from that. But Mr. Softy is the shit, man. It's like Popeye's chicken in ice cream form.
All I typically see are the ice cream trucks that have the character ice creams.
Gumball Sonic.
Yeah, like Gumball Sonic.
Gumball Ninja Turtles.
God, it's been years since I wanted one of those. Oh God, you know what? I hate this stuff that forces you to wait while bees are chasing you. Checkpoint! There's a checkpoint in the death route!
Checkpoint!
God damn! The game doesn't throw you that kind of bone too often.
Cruising.
You just have to go through a lot of shit to get that bone.
It's because this death route is one of the longest ones in the game, just in terms of... Oh wait, no. Actually, the checkpoint's like right before the end. Jesus.
And now you gotta backtrack.
God, it's because they know you're gonna have to backtrack, so they put.
Well, there's another checkpoint right there.
Yeah, but that checkpoint's for after your backtracking is done. That's for after the backtracking. Trust me, do not get that checkpoint until you're done this.
Oh, because if you die doing this, then you got to do the whole death route all over again. Okay.
If you die and you get the checkpoint before you do the backtracking part. If you get the checkpoint before you do the backtracking, you're going to die you're going to die after you do the backtracking, and then you're going to have to do the backtracking all over again.
Okay, now with that bee death animation, I'm just imagining him Crash walking around in an Animal Crossing town, just like that, and just like, wow, you look terrible. Buy some medicine.
Hold up. We did a death animation where it just sort of fell onto the ground, except. He was in the air, so he fell onto an invisible platform in the air. I don't think I have to do this as many times as I did that. Well, we're almost to the end of the part, and I cut the parts after levels. So yeah, we're not gonna spend as much time watching this part, thank God. The real challenge when you do a partial backtrack and then backtrack through an area is trying to remember exactly where you backtracked to, where you went to in the first place. But I didn't care so much about backtracking through this segment of this side because you can spend most of your time underground, and that makes the bees and the mine plants a non-issue, especially the mine plants, since they're not a hazard at all when you're coming at them from behind. And then
they never get the idea to turn around.
Yeah. Well, when you're behind them, they always just sort of turtle. And if you do that, if you come at them from behind, you can kill them. And there's a checkpoint here.
Can you walk off that edge while underground?
No.
No. You always stop at the edge. And this part here, I think, is unnecessary, but I'm not sure exactly where I stopped.
Yeah, it's just checking.
This is where I stopped.
I think you've already reached the threshold.
Yeah.
Yep, you're good.
And now I'm going back
just kill yourself
way further than I need to. But yeah, this is where I stopped before, so once you reach that checkpoint, you've got all the boxes. Fucking bees. Okay, now we just need to finish the level. We can do that, can't we, past me? Finish the level without dying? You can jump over
fall into really easy pits. Right? Okay.
Where did that Goomba come from?
This isn't even the right franchise for that. Fuck, the recording curse really is strong.
Miyamoto just crashes through the wall. Nope.
Checkpoint. Christ, and it would really suck if you forgot that secret warp was there and killed that one enemy.
Oh, because then all your work is just gone.
Yeah, all for naught.
Like, I think you can get the box gem and then go back to the secret warp, but I don't care enough to try that.
Yeah, in theory you could, but I would never do it.
You're adding more backtracking than you need to. I don't see the reason to.
Getting everything in one run. It's fancy.
Well, I'm just that kind of way where I'd rather do everything in one run than have to exit a level and enter it again. I don't know why I prefer doing it that way. I just do.
For the most part, I prefer it, but trying to go backwards in a Crash Bandicoot level is something that I really try to avoid at all costs. At this point,
can't turn that camera around.
At this point, I think I was actually getting tired of the dancing animation, because I didn't feel much like saying "suck it" to the game at this point. I felt like crying for mercy.